We have, over the years, talked a lot together about dream fruit and the lunar tales for earthlings and what is radical belonging and what are the 3 pathways to radical belonging and why do we follow the moon. And I've realized we don't really pause very often to scale back and see the bigger picture. So let's start by talking about the moon. As you know, each year in the world of dream fruit, we create the lunar tales for earthlings. And these are 13 sort of lunar punk dream stories that tell the story of the year moon by moon. And usually they're weird and they kind of have an animistic sensibility to them, and they give us an opportunity to dream into the energy of the time using our imagination rather than delivering the astrological data. So I basically each year digest all of that astrological data and also kind of read the tea leaves for our moment and bake all of that into something that's a little bit more magical, more deeply informed by, I don't know, star beings, the social and political concerns of our current climate, and also holding it next to what we know to be true, what we know to be true about this time on Earth as human creatures, as earthlings, what we know to be true about this 6,000-year-long bad idea of domination and separation from nature and patriarchy and all the rest, what we know to be true about the seasons and about our responses to light and dark and the cycles of that, what we know to be true about the intelligence of trees and forests and rivers and salmon and all the rest. And I feel that it's very easy to get pigeonholed into any one of these areas of consideration as we are attempting to sense into our own personal soul's purpose and path at this time of dire beauty, which is what Caroline Casey calls it. At this time of dire beauty, we each want to know where we stand, what we stand for, why, the context of this moment. And my hope is that by telling the lunar tales each month in the Dream Fruit Story Corner, that we're activating a lot of the sensibilities that are baked into our human nature, that are baked into our earthling identity, our presence as creatures with the larger, more than human world. And that by doing so, we are awakening this part of us that can take action that is in alignment with who we are, with our personal individual role at this time. What Bill Plotkin calls our unique eco-niche. You know, we each are born into the ecosystem of life, into the living system that is Gaia. What we are here to do is awaken the part of us that can respond in a proactive, positive, regenerative way to the challenges of our moment. So I feel hopeful that the stories we tell inside the Lunar Tales for Earthlings can support that. And then the other piece I wanted to just chat about a little bit is the journal magic for Earthlings, which is another part of the Dream Fruit world. This is my personal copy, so it's got stickers all over it. But the reason that journal magic for Earthlings matters so much in the scope of what we're concerned about and the context of our moment is that it is designed as a guided moon journal to engage you creatively and heartfully with the phases of the moon and with lunar timekeeping, the notion of keeping time through lunar cycles. I'm a second generation astrologer, so I've grown up with this language of astrology, and it's bottomless, it's endless, like the sky. It goes on and on. You can study astrology your entire life and not even scratch the surface of what is possible inside the patterning and deep intelligence of our organic universe. And what I feel and believe deeply is that all we really have to do is learn how to be good earthlings. And one of the ways that we can tune into these larger cycles and the information and stories that they're telling to us, the songs that they are singing, these deeper songs of the stars and planets, is by relating to the moon. Our beautiful moon, our companion here on Earth, has been witnessing humans since we began. And as we attune to the phases, to the cycles, and to the intelligence that's there with the moon, we are truly getting pretty much all we need. All of the information, it's amazing to me. Each year when I write the Lunar Tales, I work with lunar astrology. There is so much data packed into each new moon. And the moon is like our emissary delivering that information to us. So really the opportunity inside the journal magic is to find your own relationship with our dear beloved witness grandmother moon, so that you can find your way with it and find support and insight and path making by virtue of our sweet moon. So anyway, I just wanted to mention those things to kind of give a more global framing for what we're up to here. Let me know what you think. What have the Lunar Tales been like for you as you dip in and out of them? What is your sense of the connection between our current collective context, the challenges that we're living within, and the opportunities that they present? And how do you see some of these really ancient and birthright magical technologies of timekeeping, of dream weaving, of tapping into our creative nature and storytelling? How do you see those as being part of our larger question of our more than human predicament that we are in right now? I'd love to hear, and if you want to drop a comment, I'm always interested. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being inside the world of Dream Fruit, whether it's just to dip a toe or if you've been here for the long haul. I'm so honored to be part of your journey and to wish you well along the way. I look forward to staying in touch as we go. Thanks again.